Hello, my name is Derek Hammers, and this is my TSM 411 final project for the spring of 2010 called Skynet. I'm sure you all are tired of seeing these by now, but I promise, hang on here real quick and we'll get this over with a minimum of pain. Now, first things first, we're going to cover a little bit of background here. Taking a break from plans for world domination, Skynet's current goal is to provide point-to-point wireless backhauls to be used as a lab environment for TSM students at MSU to study how 802.11 performs under real-world conditions, taking things into account such as weather, frequency use, geography, and how path loss works over distance. We have to do all this while following the rules and regulations set up in FCC Part 15, which covers legal limits on transmit power based on antenna gain. There will be network traffic, and it will be generated by various entities funding the Skynet project. And now we move on to Skynet's organizational chart. It's fairly simple. It's a direct-to-study project led by 2 professors with currently 3 student workers working under them. The professors are, of course, the project coordinators, and the student workers are just workers. And it is the project coordinator's duty to delegate tasks amongst the workers to assure that a project succeeds and that tasks are completed on time. And the worker's job is to, again, assure project success and to complete assigned tasks on time. Skynet's organizational functions. Due to Skynet's employment of few human workers, the responsibilities of each worker and unit are a little more fluid than at other competing firms. Workers are assigned a task from one of the project coordinators and complete them on a timetable. If a task is particularly difficult or time-consuming, it is not unheard of for multiple workers or even a project coordinator to pool resources to complete assigned goals. As of current, Skynet employs 2 project coordinators and 3 workers, as we previously outlined in the Skynet organizational chart in the last slide. Now here we see the logical network to date. The cloud is MSU's network and moves along through the Fine Arts building where we hit one of Skynet's routers. And from there we break off into 2 different wireless links. One is a 2.4 gigahertz 802.11n link, and the counterpart to it is running at 5.8 gigahertz, and it is also a 802.11 link. Now both of these end up at the WKMS transmitter station in Land Between the Lakes. From there it hits one of our routers and it goes over to the Woodlands Nature Center, which is about 4 miles away from there. And that is over a 2.4 gigahertz 802.11 BG link. Now this is just a text recap of the last slide that I had up. I'll leave this up for a second or two so everybody has a chance to read it. Now there are some serious issues with the current iteration of the Skynet laboratory network that really need to be addressed. First of all, there's no security implemented on the wireless links, and that's a shame. There's a lack of network redundancy. There's a lack of redundant power sources, so if there's a power failure at a site, we could lose a lot of nodes. And there's no separation of traffic between end entities, and so they're just trusting people to play nice with each other, which we all know doesn't happen in the real world. It is our goal to remedy the issues shown in the previous slide during the next school year. Some proposed solutions are WPA2 security over the wireless links. I know for a fact that the radios in use support WPA2 encryption, so this is going to be a relatively easy fix. There needs to be additional wireless links added so that there are less single point of failures throughout the network. And we need to procure multiple uninterruptible power supplies to power network equipment in case of power failure. Constraints. The largest constraint in planning additions to Skynet is the available budget, or lack thereof. Lucky for us, relations between ADTRAN and MSU are really good, and ADTRAN has graciously offered to donate a various amount of networking equipment to get this network set up. Available towers, again, to place Skynet radios are yet another constraint set in place by the available budget. Unfortunately, there just isn't enough money to construct a tower wherever we would like a Skynet node to go up. You can't just build a tower purely for Skynet's use, so tower space has to be donated by other entities, such as local schools. You have ham radio operators, radio stations, just anyone who has a really high up place that they'd be willing to let us access. Um, Again, as I said, lacking the ability to construct new towers also sets limits on how Skynet is set up physically, where it's located physically. Um, if we want to put a point in this town, but no one is going to give us tower space, we can't do it. Or we don't have the money to build just a tower for Skynet. And lastly, all of the Skynet wireless links have to be operated under legal amounts of power. We have to, it's an unlicensed station, so it has to be covered under FCC Part 15, and this limits, by limiting the amount of power we can use, this limits the length of the links themselves.